I am indigenous.
I am Black.
I'm Filipino.
I am a Muslim.
I am Scottish.
I'm an Italian.
I am a Latina.
I am a woman.
I am a woman.
I'm a woman. I happen to be a transgender woman, but I'm a woman.
But I would see people who were being abused in the workplace, and that just upset me so much. I would say, okay, I gotta go. And I would go to the person first and say, doesn't this bother you? And they were crying, so it obviously bothered them. And I said, if it bothers you so much, you need to speak up and say something. And they said, no, we'll just get beat down again. I said, well, then I'll go. And I would go into the office and I would argue for these people. I would say, why do you think you can treat these people in such a manner?
We also have to make sure, because not everyone has that strength, right? Like, we also have to call out the obvious. Not everyone has that strength. Not everyone has that confidence to walk in and say, this is happening to me, or I don't feel comfortable, because there's that fear, right? There's also the conditioning of, if you say something, you're going to be retaliated
Absolutely.
against, you're going to be this, that. And that's why the allies are so important, right? It's important for me to say, I witnessed this and that's not okay. So you're not alone. So you do know that this battle is not yours. It's literally everyone's responsibility to step up and do the right thing. This should not be someone pushing a boulder uphill by themselves, right? That's going to take the village. That's going to take everybody to actually do that. And I think that's the difference.
To be actual allyship, there has to be a connection, if not a friendship. At least you have to know that person. And depending on the situation, somebody has approached me first and sort of checked with me. It's like, hey, do you want me to say something? And so, yeah, that'd be really great. Sometimes people have checked with me and they said, it's truly not a big deal. Somebody getting more upset about something or taking an action that I wouldn't have taken on my behalf, there's an element to it of like, are you acting because you know me, or are you acting because of the idea of me in your head?
So I don't necessarily have to know you personally to believe in equality and fairness, right? And so if I'm witness to something that is not right, I don't have to actually know you. What I do have to acknowledge is that something in here has let me know that that was not okay. And it's my responsibility to myself to say something. If it's in the workplace, right, which is what we're talking about, then there's the responsibility not only to yourself, but to the company. There's the responsibility to the company to correct that action. Otherwise, it just keeps cycling through. And that is where I think the performative has gotten a little bit out of control. Because essentially it's virtue signaling at this point, right? Look at me. I care about BIPOC. I care about Blacks. I care about Indigenous. I care about LGBTQ. But do you? Because if it really matters, you don't need to let the world know. And I think where we are now is people are afraid of not saying or doing something, right? And so whether or not it's genuine is less important. It just seems like I need to be doing something. That's where a lot of the frustration is coming in right now, where you see a lot of people who are basically turning a blind eye to things that are obviously not right, and then overstating things that they don't really support.
Every time I do anything in my life, I said, what is the benefit? What is the benefit, and for who? And if the benefit and for who is right, then I'm going to do it. On something that you said, about knowing you, and I agree with you, the issue sometimes supersedes the knowing you. See, because you say, well, I'm not offended by that, or I'm not, it doesn't affect me that much. Yeah, but what about the rest of the people that it affects and offends? See, those are the ones we have to fight for.